She is in Russia. She's been there
over 110 days. Now, how can she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America?
Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to come and to touch on this topic. I'm not going to say a whole lot. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it, but I don't have a whole lot to say about it because the episode of this shop has not been uploaded yet, or it's not out here. Just the preview, or that they're announcing that it's coming. I don't know what day he airs. I honestly don't follow the show, but I know that LeBron has a podcast called The Shop. Anyway, TMZ posted the clip from the, you can also find it here on YouTube because they do upload here to YouTube as well. They uploaded the trailer or the preview, whatever you want to call it, to the next episode, and I believe he's going to speak on Brittney Griner. Now, I don't know if you guys follow the blogs or social media like that, but I think that was like last week or a week before, people were in this big discussion about if this would have happened to LeBron, would this country have responded the way they are? And so some people, in particular men, in particular black men, got upset over the conversation. Why? I don't know. This is what I mean when I say people don't understand their worth. LeBron makes a lot of money for these people, okay? He makes a lot of money not only for the Lakers. I think he still plays for the Lakers. I don't know. Don't even really care. Whoever he played for. He makes a lot of money for whatever team he's playing for. And he also makes a lot of money for all these other teams as well, because when he goes to these other cities, their ticket sales go up because people want to see LeBron, even though he's not on the team. So therefore, he makes a lot of money for the NBA, okay? And so people feel like if this was one of their star players from the NBA, and this is why they named LeBron, that not only with the government, but people of the NBA, of the sports world, would have been speaking up at the very beginning, and they would have really pushed the conversation around the NBA for him. Now, no one's wishing that LeBron is caught in a situation like that. But like I say, since people was getting real slick at the mouth on these blogs, let's not pretend like these black guys are not out here getting it from the NBA and the NFL and whatever else they doing, are not out here getting in trouble all the time in this country, in particular around drugs, and in particular around marijuana, especially before it became legal in this country, okay? And I'm sure that that's a whole nother conversation for the NFL and their medical team as far as how they will accept that conversation now, right? But and I don't know. I didn't do no research, and I'm not looking into it. I don't really care. But I'm just trying to make the point, like, don't pretend like these guys have not got into arrested for while they were off season, or some of them couldn't even play because they had stuff in their system, right? So don't pretend like we haven't heard these stories. And as far as people going outside of this country, we've heard those stories as well, not necessarily just athletes, but entertainers, period. They go into other places and get into issues around the laws of these places. And so don't act like Brittney Griner situation is like something new. It's not. I think what's making it different is that there's a war going on, and America has a position, and then the country where she is, they have a position, okay, and that's what's making this situation special, but that's the only thing that's making it special, okay, and that's just how I feel about it. I don't know the context of what he's getting ready to say on his podcast. He says that if it was him, he wouldn't want to come back to America. I don't know what that means. You guys can let me know if you have feelings on what he said and why you think he would say that. But I don't really want to speak on it until I honestly hear the context of what he's saying. But I can speak to the conversation that people were having last week or a week ago. Um, I think Cheryl Underwood from The Real, she probably explained it the best when she said that people really should look at Brittney Griner as they would look at some of the, I won't even say LeBron, but she did say LeBron, but some of the more well-known names in the NBA, because people know who she is, people know her name, right? And that's kind of what people were trying to say with that. No one was trying to say, anything about LeBron doing whatever or any of these other male players. I think the fact that people even tried to make that into negativity says a lot about where we are. And it is what it is. Yeah, and like I said, I don't know where Brittney Griner's family is. I keep hearing her wife speak, and I guess because that is her wife, that's why she's speaking. I don't really know her personal story. Her name is known. There's probably a couple other girls that are women that are in the WNBA that people probably know their names. But for the most part, she is really probably the most known person coming out of the WNBA right now, because obviously we know Lisa Leslie and some of the older Tina Thomas and some of the older women, right? We know their names, the ones who kind of started, they were there when it started. So I think that's what the point people were trying to make. People should still feel like she's important enough to speak up and do what we can to get her out of that situation, and for the WNBA to speak up, for the NBA to speak up, for other athletes to speak up for her, to try to get her released. We're talking about oil. The lady she was not over there trying to sell drugs or doing anything like that. It's not like she was making some type of cartel move. But, the way they're talking about this is like she really, to be honest, and this is just my opinion, whoever that was at the airport could have just threw that away. They could have threw that away and let the lady get on a plane and go on about her business, because it wasn't even enough. Like in America, that's probably what would have happened, right? Because it's oil. It's not like I said, like she was trying to move bricks or move drugs or whatever from one country to the other. It just wasn't that for anybody to overreact. I feel like this lady should do 10 years for that. So yeah, everybody's just trying to keep her name out there and keep this out there, because what happens is once we stop talking about it and then people start getting caught up in all these other conversations, and then the politicians and Biden, and you guys notice we haven't heard Camilla or whatever, however you say her name, say anything, Camilla Harris, say anything about her yet, right? I haven't heard her say anything yet. So I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this? And if you were on the blogs last week when this whole conversation was going about making a comparison of Brittney and a LeBron, what did you think of that conversation? How did you take it? Because it sounded like a lot of people really took the conversation wrong. They took it in the wrong context. They put it in the wrong context. And I feel like I said, Cheryl Underwood kind of explained it better, the way she was explaining it. And like I said, I get it. The women don't make as much money as the guys. And so, yeah, they're going to probably see a little bit more urgency on LeBron, because he generates a lot of money for these people. And maybe they don't feel that way necessarily about her. However, she is a celebrity for her league, for the WNBA. And that is kind of what the point is, that don't minimize what she means to the fans of the WNBA and to the league, right? And the team that she plays for. So I think that's what people are trying to say. No one's trying to say, they want to see LeBron in this type of situation, or anybody else for that matter. And as far as what he's getting ready to say on his podcast, I don't really know what he's trying to say with that. Let me know what you guys think he's trying to say in the comments. As far as if he was her, he wouldn't even want to come back to the U.S. yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know where he's trying to go with that. So I'll have to wait to hear what he's saying in context on his podcast, and hopefully he says more than just that. Uh, Let me know what you guys think about this conversation in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Soon.
Do you think it needs to be a lot more, outcry as far as that she's been in there so long and it's, they haven't reached out to her? Because people are saying if this was LeBron James or Tom Brady or something like that, things would have happened much quicker.
Well, the hope is that they will be outraged because she's a American citizen and she's worthy of all the consideration as an American citizen. And my belief is that, this is a political issue right now. There's no doubt she's being used as a political pawn by the Russian government. And I believe that with all of us pushing, using whatever voice, whatever resources, whatever platform, the NBA, I think the NBA players should be saying more. I think the sports world should be saying more. But by the grace of God, it could be LeBron, it could be Tom Brady over there if they got caught in Russia at the wrong time with some trumped up charges.
Okay, well, you're going to be inside. You're going to see President Biden. If you get a chance to whisper something in his ear, man, tell him they want to see more action than Brittney coming home a lot quicker.